Yo, what up? This is Mike Brown,
This is Alpha.
and this is the Art of Letting Go.
Letting go. Letting go.
Yeah, man. So I wanted to jump into talking about having women friends.
Right.
You know, we were talking earlier, and I was just thinking, I was thinking really of like how much I enjoy the company of women and how hard it has become to have friends that are women now that I'm out. Yeah, that's kind of where I wanted to start.
Okay. I feel it. What about why?
I don't know. I guess it's a lot of shame tied to it.
Mm-hmm.
I've always gotten along with women like very well,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. It just seemed like back in the day, everybody was just assuming that I was fucking all these women, or I was probably making people assume that I was fucking these women. My apologies to all the women that I let just take a bad rap to save my own. That's just me being real.
That's real.
Yeah, man. Shout out all the women that just loved me too, like just throughout school and all that shit. Like y'all definitely helped me become the man that I am today.
That's real. So you said you did, and I'm gonna talk. Definitely gonna talk about me, but this might just be your interview day, like you did me.
That's cool.
But you said shame, and you said you were hiding certain stuff.
Like I said, man, you know, in school, like everybody wanted to know like who you was fucking or whatever and shit like that, and I wasn't fucking none of these girls I was hanging with.
Right.
I just really enjoyed their company, but you know, I used to just let people assume that I was fucking, or like, you know, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was lying on my dick.
That's real. That's real. Okay. I just wanted to get a kind of better understanding
Yeah.
of what you were saying. We were definitely walking and talking about our relationships with women. I prefer talking to women.
Yeah.
Like,
I do too.
I prefer talking to women. I feel like they just have better conversation. It could be because I'm attracted to women.
I don't know. Like women help me just talk in general. Like, you know, when I think about college and just hanging out with my homeboys who now I have like real deep conversations with.
That's real.
I don't know. Women were having those conversations with me. Shout out Aaron. Shout out Jordan. You know, there's a lot of other women that were having those conversations with me as well. But, you know, those are like the most distinct ones to me. Like just sitting up in the dorm room and talking about like marriage and families and shit like that. Like, and now I guess, you know, being with dudes and shit, like having those conversations, I don't know, it's different, you know, because even on the other side, like men just don't like to talk.
That's true.
And it's just men in general, not like a gay or straight thing, but just like men don't know how to communicate. And now that I've become a better communicator, it's hard to really just want to be around men all the time. Like sometimes I just want to hang with women and be okay with like just hanging with them and nothing coming of that.
You're not okay with that right now?
I'm a little uncomfortable around women because sometimes like I take that back. Depending on how well I know the woman. Because like Jackie, for example, shout out Jackie. I'm very comfortable with Jackie.
Right.
And I think it's because her and I have already had that conversation of got it. You know.
Do you so this is something that you carry, right?
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay, so and the reason why I asked that is because it sounds like these are things that you think that they may feel, but you don't know yet.
Right. Well, I've always felt like a lot, and you know that just may be just me feeling good about myself. But I always felt like the women that hung around me, they were attracted to me, but you know, maybe that wasn't the case. Maybe they just thought I was a fucking cool guy, and that's all it was. Real. But a lot of times I used to hang with women, and once I start feeling like they were liking me or something, I would just distance myself.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I enjoyed a lot of y'all's company just on some real shit.
I see what you're saying, right? Because I feel like I'm kind of in that zone right now in my life. Like, once I feel like a woman might be attracted to me, I tend to back off a little bit more if it's more of a one-on-one kind of conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm learning that something can start off like that, and then y'all could just be real cool regardless. Like, this is something that I'm just kind of, because before, like I've talked about, you know, me being attracted to a woman and really acting on that attraction, and then I kind of stopped interacting with women altogether because I was like, oh, I'm married and I'd be taking stuff too far and da-da-da-da. But now I think I'm starting to find that happy balance of, I can be attracted to you, you can be attracted to me, but we can, if we start to talk and have real conversation, we can just be cool, and it can just be that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think for me is with, I guess, women of my past life.
Okay.
Because when I meet new women, it's cool to, like, you know, it's easy to just tell them straight up, like,
right.
hey, I'm gay.
Right.
You know,
right.
That's not where I'm trying to go, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess with women that have known me before that, it still just kind of sits with me, you know?
Yeah. I think that, to be real with you,
yeah,
I don't completely understand.
No, that's all good.
And it's like, but I want to.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
We have two different experiences.
Yeah.
And so I want to understand a little bit more of where you're coming from, because I'm trying to relate, but I feel like I don't 100% get it. You feel me?
Nah, and I fully understand. And, you know, for me, it's still one of those things that I'm trying to understand, because, you know, I feel like I used to think in my head that most women would feel a way about, you know, me, and at the same time, like, they still treat me the same, like, still treat me like Mike.
So you felt like they would feel a way about you because you were gay?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Huh. That's interesting, man. And so I've told you this before, but I feel like you teach me a lot about, I don't even know the proper way to say it, so I'm just going to say it, being gay. You teach me a lot about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like there's a lot that, as a straight man, I just don't understand and get about it. Even the things that you might think about that may have hurt. Like, me, I'm sitting here thinking, in this moment, like, your past relationships with these women, that thought would have never, like, crossed
friendship.
Your mind. Friendship, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, that thought would have never crossed your mind today. Right. Like, it's interesting to me that this is crossing your mind now. You know what I'm saying? And there's instances where you feel bad, or you feel shamed, or you feel like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. You know, like, that didn't really cross my mind. Like, even in all the conversations we've had and all the things that we've talked about. That's why hearing this right now is just kind of like, oh wow, like, this is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a different perspective than one that I've previously thought of, because I obviously have never thought of it. So I'm interested to hear more, brother, if you want to share.
I don't know, man. Like, I mean, the most I could share is just, like, you know, I should probably just reach out to some of my friends and just real. You know, really let them know how I feel, because I do miss a lot of my friends, you know, just on some real shit. Mm-hmm. Shout out Autumn, shout out Casey.
That's real. So do you think that you reaching out to them is more for you or more for them?
That's for me.
Okay.
Yeah, like,
okay,
you know,
I was just asking because, like, even outside of women, like, I feel like there's some friendships that I've had in general that aren't the same as they used to be, mm-hmm. but because I've held on to something, or I thought they may have perceived me a certain kind of way. And most times when I've actually had the conversation, it was like, oh, we just weren't talking. Like, it wasn't really no reason. We just weren't talking. But in my mind, I created a dialogue to kind of tell me, like, damn, I did this, or I did that, or I shouldn't have acted like this, or I was depressed, so I was kind of going through this, and I probably sucked at the time. And so that's why I asked that question, because I feel like even now for me, having those conversations is important, but I have to recognize that the conversations are for me to hear. So that the relationship can kind of continue, because, well, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, it's not even like relationships that need to be repaired. Is just, like I know like I said, my shame made me give distance to people that I know probably had love, not probably had love for me, but I know had love for me.
Right.
You know, every time I talk to Jordan, she tell me she love me.
That's word.
That's just on some real shit.
That's word.
So, you know, just recognizing love. And I think I didn't recognize it before because I didn't love myself. So, you know, just getting back to that and recognizing, yeah, I need to go back and reach out to some people, you know, that I really fucked with and made me feel good in my life, you know.
That's what's up.
Just to reconnect. Yeah, man.
So
that's crazy.
That is crazy. When do you plan on doing that? And you don't have to have a deadline. You don't have to have a deadline. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just asking.
Just when I think about people, just hitting people up, you know. I do that now. Like sometimes when I think about somebody, I just be like, hey, just thinking about you. And it's funny. Yeah, like there are people that once I talk to them, things just kind of just bounce back just the way they do. But I know for a long time I held on to that, and I guess that was me just kind of like just reaching out in my own way. Yeah, you know.
That's real.
This is my mass text.
That's what's up. Yeah, man. I like it. I think it boils down to just being open to have that talk, and not afraid of what might come out of the conversation. Because I've had conversations with people in the past where we didn't talk for a while, and I thought everything was cool, and it wasn't. And I'm not speaking on your situation. I'm just talking about me. You know what I'm saying? But that's definitely happened to me where I left the situation. Somebody may have felt a certain kind of way about it, and I thought everything was cool, but it was like, nah, bro, that wasn't really cool. And so when I finally had the conversation with him again and was able to hear him out, a lot of time it just takes that, just that communication, just kind of opening the door to kind of talk about it. I know I'm talking about something different.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
But that's just something that I've learned, and I think that's just on my heart right now. Like, just because I feel like people fall out for no reason sometimes, and it's just really just a conversation, just having that conversation, and people get closed off. Like I've definitely isolated myself from people, and definitely run away from situations that I didn't need to.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and it had a lot more to do with me than with them. So I digress. What you're saying right now has me thinking about something a little different. And because of a conversation that I had earlier with a family member, it's making me think a little different too.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I definitely miss, to get back to what we were talking about initially, I definitely miss hanging out with more women. I actually prefer to speak to women I feel like women just have so much to offer.
It's a different energy, man. Yeah. Like I love talking to women and being around women just because women don't have nothing to prove. Like at least most of the ones that I was around, like they all just wanted to talk. And being around men and like I was gonna say, I miss feminine energy, but it'd be a bunch of dudes out there thinking that they feminine, but no, I'm talking about woman, female energy.
Right. That's real. I definitely miss it too. And I'm saying that like I don't have a wife and hang out with a wife all the time. But I miss having women friends that I can kind of call on and talk to about certain stuff. I don't have as many. I definitely shout out Ariane, that's my G. Shout out Erica, that's my G too. But there's not a lot that I talk to on a consistent basis, and I definitely want to get back to that. And just in general, man, like outside of it being just women, there's just relationships that I want to get back, whether it be an old relationship or a new one. You know what I'm saying? Like not in the context of in relationship,
and sometimes it's just a matter of reconnect. Like it don't even have to be nothing. Like just like I said, if I'm thinking about you, I hit you. Yeah. And, you know, whatever comes of that comes of that. Like it's not like I'm looking for nothing like that. Like we all are like just in general people that are in so many different places in our lives and shit. Like, you know,
that's real.
Let everybody know where they can find you at.
You can find me in the street. You can find me on Alpha Presents Everything. Alpha Presents Everything is where you can find me. ALFPHA_presents. On Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. A lot more stuff coming. A lot more stuff coming soon, man. Or coming. I don't know about soon, but it's coming. Where can we find you at, Mr. Brown?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all under Just Mike Brown, Just Mike Brown. Website is primomiguel.com. And if you like to read, I post at Beats and Blunts on Tumblr.
Yeah, man. So this is Alpha.
Before we go, if you would like to support this podcast,
please,
you are more than welcome to. We accept Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Just keeping it real.
Yeah.
Just keeping it all the way real with y'all. We love doing this. We do.
This is Alpha.
This is Mike Brown. And this is the Art of Letting Go.
Letting go. Letting go. Peace and love.
Yeah.